Okay, Oscar, how's it going, man? First of all, good lift, man. It's actually looking a lot better from the last ones that I've seen uh, in the past, but good clean and jerk. Um, so first things first, starting with the starting position, looks pretty good. Um, I like that your eyes, um, your eyes right here are focused on something not just straight ahead, but a little bit up. You call that on the horizon, which is good. Um, you want to think, yeah, where your eyes are, your body follows. So good thing that your eyes are straight forward and up, and not just staring down and at the ground. That's good with the eyes. The only thing I have a problem with is your feet. The starting position on your feet, they're a little bit too wide. Um, f I would say you could bring them in a little bit and bring them a little bit more parallel. So notice that they're kind of a little bit too wide and they're pointing outwards. I want to bring them in just a little bit and bring the toes in so they're a little bit more parallel. So kind of like just think like an equal sign with your feet. If you feel more powerful from this way, then leave it. But I think you get a lot more torque off the ground if they're a little bit closer and bring those toes in a little bit more. All right, and then just on those hands, that hand position, those hands you want to think, you want to curl those wrists in. So think, let's say, so think knuckles down. So knuckles, like you're trying to, like if you're gonna punch the ground. So think knuckles curled in a little bit more. So the front of your hand, or where think where your watch sits on your wrist, point that out a little bit more. So that brings that bar digging into your, not digging in, so a little bit uh, more inside of your body, keeps it closer to your body, and it keeps it from flaring out or popping out. So it keeps a straighter bar path. So just turn those wrists out a little bit, and it turns to a straighter bar path. So all right, so start the lift off. First position, right there, mid shin, pretty good. You can get those knees back a little bit more. So what I mean by that is the angle on your legs. So from here and here, you can just get those legs a little bit straighter. Say here and here, just so just think knees back, and again not letting that bar. The bar should be kissing your shins and thighs the entire time. So knees back, load the hamstrings a little bit more. All right, so go right above the knee. Um, First thing is you can kind of see that bar, oh, kind of away from your body. Um, I'd say it's probably like an inch away from your body right now, but still that leads, of course, with heavier weight, it's gonna get, it's gonna lead to worse things. So keep that bar against your body. Just think pulling that bar back into your body. Um, but not a bad second position. You see how the shoulders are over the bar, which is it's covering the front of the bar, which is good. And then from here you should be pulling back. Good. You're in that power position, which is good. I mean the weight is I'd say just a little bit further back on the heels. You see it's kind of that heel's kind of lifting off the ground. Um, should be back a little bit more on the heels. But not a bad power position. Pretty good. Alright, then you curl up. Good release of the hook grip. I would say just be a little bit more aggressive with the feet. And then here, just get those elbows up, man. Not only because it's going to secure that bar in the front rack position a little bit better, but see how low your elbows sit? It's going to hit your elbow. I'm sorry, it's going to hit your knee. And not only because it doesn't look cool, or it doesn't look good. But I've seen that to where of course with heavy weight, their elbow hits their knee first, and then their wrist just that bar just crushes your wrist. So get those elbows up. Um, if that position is hard for you, then it's mainly your core. Well, first of all, you need to sit back on your heels first. So back on the heels first, and then get that core strengthened. You all have GHD setups. Or, I'm sorry, GHDs at Uncommon. Work GHGs, toes the bar, work skin the cats on the rings. A lot of good core exercises, just so things like this position you can stay away from. All right, so think elbows high. Think the bottom of your arms, so opposite of the biceps, so where your triceps are. You want that parallel with the ground. All right, so think the bottom of your arm parallel. Here, they're just pointing straight down. All right, sit up. Get those knees out. You get the squat. Notice here from the squat position. Alright, so you're squatting up, you get up. I want you to take a look at your feet position. You get up, you get up. Alright, you just turn the toes in. That left foot moves, the right foot barely even moves. You just kind of like do a little dance right there. Right there is where you reset your feet back to a solid jumping position. And that goes back to where you started. I don't know if that's where you feel more powerful from, but I think you can get a lot more torque from bringing the feet in a little bit more. So think directly under your hips and, more parallel. Alright, good power, good front rack. Alright. Okay, so on the dip, it's not bad. I've definitely seen worse. But alright, so this is where you're gonna lose efficiency. Of course, on your feet, on your foot position, which I said earlier, bring those feet in a little bit more. Kind of think like an equal sign. Then on your dip, not bad. You're kind of leaning forward a little bit. Um, you want to get that chest a little bit up. So think like the guy on your shirt. I forgot his name. I know it's like the chive, but think with his forehead. His forehead, that design on his shirt, his forehead, you want to touch that part of his shirt with the roof. So think big, proud superhero chest. All right. And then weight back on the heels. See, on your dip, you're starting to come on your toes. Right there. You're not going to get too much power jumping off your toes. So think you should be dipping back and on the heels, and then dipping straight up. Alright, and then on the split, you need to get a little bit. I mean, a lot more distance on the feet. Okay, so there's different. Yeah, you just need to get that back. So a lot more distance on the feet. That back toe. Notice that the heel is on the ground. You do not want that. You only want the back toe. Back toe. So think that heel is up off the ground. So think if like the back toe is like a basketball pivot foot, you only want the front of the foot. So think the front ball of your foot, it's closer to your toes, and your toes only on the ground. You never want just you never want the entire foot just on the ground like that. All right? So get that toe back up, so almost like that, and land it like that. And then just think right when your feet hit, that bar should be locked up. So boom, that's where you hit. Your front foot's already hitting, and then look how much bend you have in the arms. So the feet should hit right where the peak position of your arm position. So you're done pressing at the bar. So it needs to be a fast, quick motion. Think punch the roof. So boom, get your face out of the way, make a double chin, straight bar path, punching that bar straight up, and then get those feet, be aggressive with them, getting them nice and wide. So the wider you go with your feet, the more time you're gonna give your hands or arms to press that bar overhead. So think wide, wide, wide stance on the feet. Um, Other than that, recovery, front foot back first, then meet at the top. Um, but not a bad lift, man. It's pretty good. You can tell you're getting a lot better. Is this a PR weight? Um, that's all the questions I have. If it's a PR weight. And how often are you working those lifts? Not bad, man.